Hello and welcome to the Golden One channel. My name is Alexis Rios. I am so very happy and honored that you came. So today we'll be talking about myself. Essentially, what do I do? What gifts and abilities do I work with to help people in the world? So essentially, it all kind of boils down to what I call a psychic intuitive. That's just kind of the word phrase I've come up with throughout time, and I like that, so I'm going with that. But essentially what that means is I use my psychic gifts and abilities in order to help people via readings, via card readings, Akashic records. If you ever heard of the Akashic records, essentially that's I always call it the ethereal library of everything that your soul has experienced, is experiencing, and will experience. So that is a very handy place to get information. With that being said, I always like to put in the emphasis and the intention that I always help people and do the work that I do whenever I do it, that I always set the intention that it is done in the ways that is for the highest good of all that I'm working with, either directly or indirectly. There's a lot of times where I work with people and clients that I'm kind of working with them, but also doing kind of like a surrogate, possibly reading or healing for someone else. Typically it's a friend or family member who's not necessarily fully open, or maybe they're open to psychics but not wanting to ask for this themselves. So anyway, those are just some examples. So about the Akashic records. I love the Akashic records. That's where I got my start. There is a free class, a free Zoom that you can join that I will be posting down in the links below. It is not my own Zoom, but I do like to share, and of course that's a place where it is free, where you can go in and practice and be with like-minded people. And I do encourage donations, because there's still fees. Like, it's done over Zoom online, so there's still Zoom fees and things like that. So anything you can donate, a couple bucks here and there, just to help pay for the space, which isn't much, and help pay for people's time, which they don't typically ask for anything, but it is nice to give donations. A little bit more about what I do. I'm a healer. I work with healing energies, and not just, I work with all energies, but I also more specifically work with the energies for healing. I trained as a Holy Fire and a Sui Reiki Master, so I work with that as my foundation. And then I kind of developed my own intuitive methods and techniques through practice and with working with people. So along the lines with energy, I also work with intentions and manipulating, essentially shaping the energy for certain outcomes. So for example, grounding, protecting. You can use this for manifestation work. You can use this for any sort of intention that you wish to put out into your energy field. So there's varying degrees and different ways of doing that. Something that comes to mind to me now is something called Tai Chi, that where the movements are slow, but they're focusing on moving energy. The people who regularly practice that art of Tai Chi, they always feel energized. They always feel in alignment. They always feel more centered. It's somewhat like a meditation. Talking about meditation, I also teach meditation myself. I help guide people through roadblocks that they might have during meditation. There's so many misconceptions about meditation. I also do things like clearings, so I clear people negative energies or beings or entities, people, houses, animals. They can sometimes have attachments of energy or beings. So essentially, I like to call myself a jack of all trades of the psychic world, just because I started with the Akashic records, but that's kind of how it unraveled for me. And I always like to share this part of the story. I learned these later on through life, and I was born with these gifts and abilities, but like most people, I never was taught, I should say. I was never taught how to use these abilities, how to, use them as tools in everyday life. It was never a topic of interest or even a topic at all of the conversation. So as I grew up, I kind of learned about myself that I was a very intuitive person. I would predict things sometimes, very simple things, or not. I wouldn't say predict them, but I guess the way I would translate it now, knowing what I know, is that I could tap into the energy of the claircognizance, which is clear knowing, and know when things are about to happen. So, for example, what happened was I was at my brother's friend's house, and I was much younger, and I was the bring your brother with you everywhere you go kind of child, and so my older brother would take me with him. And what happened was, it was nighttime, and I just turned to my brother and I said, "Mom's outside," and he had the only cell phone, and he just kind of looked at me like, "What do you mean? We haven't gotten a phone call, we haven't gotten a message yet." About 2 seconds later, phone rings, and it's my mom saying she's outside. So, I've had little experiences like that have shown me that at the time I never really looked into it. I was just like, "Whoa, that's cool," highly intuitive or something like that. I never really took the time to actually dive deep into what that was, and now I know I was using my psychic abilities that I already had. And everyone has these abilities. Maybe not exactly like that, but different shapes and forms, and everyone's had little experiences here and there where it has shown through that they have that. And some people have not had those experiences, but that doesn't take away the fact that every single person on this planet does have abilities. It's like a muscle. You have to work on developing them. So that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help assist you, to help bring that awareness into yourself, into your own being, and grow that belief within yourself that you can achieve things like this. You can do psychic mediumship or readings, or enter the Akashic records for yourself or for others. You can do all these things. You can work with guides and communicate with them and allow yourself to be guided by them, or ask them for help. There's many different doors you can take, and they're all available to you. Just follow the one that piques your interest the most, whether it's psychic readings, whether it's channeling, whether it's dream state, whether it's past life related, whether it's meditation, whether it's healing, energy work, you name it. Just follow the one that piques your interest and follow that thread, and I promise you will be surprised at the outcomes that are ahead of you down the road. Now I've opened the door for you to go figure that out for yourself. So with that being said, thank you all for being here. This has been the Golden One channel. If you like this video, please consider hitting the like button. It's really going to help me out down the road with my YouTube channel, reach other people, because ultimately that is the goal, to reach as many people as I can, because there are people out there who need my words, my specific energy, and not everyone's going to be perfect for that, but those who are, I want to reach those people. So please like, please share, comment down below, and if you have any questions, comment down below. If you have techniques that work for you, it might help others. Please share, please have a conversation, and also if you like my content, please consider subscribing and hitting that bell icon. I'd be very grateful, and I'll see you in the next video. Much love, much thanks, and you take care and have a great night.